Hello, my name is Brandon, and I'd like to share a meditation with you that's good for creativity, imagination, visualization, and most of all, just thinking in new ways, thinking like someone else who's not you. So, you're going to be counting your heartbeats. 60 of them is a good number to start with. If that's too difficult counting your heartbeats, you can just count up to 60 and just some rhythm. If the number 60 is a bit too discouraging, you could start off with 12 and work your way up 12, 24, 36, 48, all the way up to 60 to start off with. And you'll be counting in 3 precise ways. The first way will be a visual way of counting. So what do I mean by that? If you look at this tape measure, the numbers go up 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is one way that you can count visually. You'll imagine in your mind's eye the numbers going up like they're on a tape measure, or maybe an odometer in your car, or just the numbers themselves. Well, whatever you are more comfortable with, and just try to vividly imagine them. It's okay to count them, like you'd be counting out loud in your voice, in your head. And that's actually the second way, so that you will try. The order isn't important, just that you try all 3 or try as many as you can or can think of. So the next way would be an auditory counting. So you'll count as you're talking out loud, but in your head if you can. If you can't, you can talk out loud. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heartbeats in your head all the way up to 60. And the third way will be counting on your hands, but not like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll show you what I mean. You'll take your hands. There's an ancient counting system that you can use where you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Each pad on each finger up until you get 12. And then on your other hand, you'll count 12, 24, 36, 48, and then 60 as you work your way through. And as I just described, that is 3 ways of counting. One visually, another one auditory or vocally, and the third one's an embodied way with your own physicality. At first, it might be hard to separate them. You might be better at one. For me personally, I can do the counting one easily, and that's the one that's the most natural for me. The hardest one for me is the visualization one, where I kind of visualize a ruler or a wheel with numbers on it that spins. And sometimes I still will hear the numbers auditorily, but I'd like to encourage you to try to separate them. Try to only do the auditory, and then only do the visual, and then only do the embodied one. And you might be thinking, how do you count the embodied one without doing one of the other 2? Just feel the heartbeat. So bump, 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 until you get to 60. Now I'll talk about how to advance through them. Advancing and progressing through the meditations. The visual one, you'll really want to try to be more vivid, to see it very clearly within your mind's eye. And you can even play around with it once you've gotten good at isolating them or mixing them together. There's no really right or wrong way to do it, as long as you're connecting and focusing with yourself and getting better at it. The visual one, you can visualize it more vividly, where you see it clearer. Maybe add colors, textures to what you'll be seeing. And you'll notice once you progress through this practice, you'll have a better ability to imagine and visualize in general. Maybe not in general, but things that are close to this. You want to be specific to how you want to visualize, but this is as general as I could make it. You can also think of dots or blocks and build a sort of Rubik's Cube, a 3x3 cube, and that's how you'd start off with in counting, and then you can grow it. Take it away. Take away with your imagination to make it your own, whatever fits you best. And with the auditory vocal one, you'll really want to imagine a voice that you can make yourself. So imagine your own voice, and you can imagine a voice you can create and then expand it. Like a singer can sing higher and lower, you will create a different voice in your head that you can create with your mouth, and you can expand that even further by just any sort of sound that you can come up with, kind of like a beatboxer or a singer. And with the hand counting, it's pretty easy just to switch hands, and that one is the most different than the rest, so there's a lot of freedom you have to create with it. If you do not have hands for some unfortunate situation, you could count your toes. They have the same number of pads and knuckles, or your teeth if you don't have either of them, but you can be creative and figure it out. So if you try this out for yourself, please come back to the video after you tried it for some time and tell me how you've progressed through it if you've tried it, or share it with someone who might like it and come back to it. If you'd like to see some more other type of meditations, you can let me know in the comments, and subscribe if you like fitness and learning and expanding your mind and consciousness. The main goal of this one is to build a better visualization, imagination, and embodiment that you have within yourself. So try it out and tell me how you like it and how it works. Thank you for watching, and bye.